Wow, wow, wow. This horn is just something else. From the unbelievably incredible design to the actual stats and potential of it, this horn is in a good space when it comes to viable hunting horns. But it doesn't come without some cons and things that you have to sacrifice or keep in mind while you use it. We all know just how powerful Saffi weapons are and the fact that they're on a level of their own. But when you have a horn as gorgeous and powerful as this, you don't mind those sacrifices nearly as much. In saying that, if you're currently on PC, this would be a very strong option that I recommend you consider building ASAP. Let's take a look at the stats for the Royal Song Symphony. Right from the jump, we have an attack of 1134, which isn't bad. It's nothing to write home about, but still definitely a solid spot to be in. A nice solid chunk of white sharpness with just a single level of handicraft needed to jump into purple sharpness. We start off with an awesome head start in affinity with a pretty high 15% affinity at base. In building around this, I took this as a focal point and allowing for less focus on critical eye and getting affinity from other sources, but we'll get to that later. A beautiful amount of dormant water element sitting at 540, which is remnant of the austere paradise in its dormant dragon. A lovely level 3 decoration slot to help flesh out and complete your build. And not to scoff at, a certainly nice plus 30 defense boost to round out this beautiful horn. The song set is a good one with everyone's favorite, attack up L. From there we go to health boost, which is good for a full heal from time to time. Wind pressure negated to cancel out those wind knockbacks. Defense up L isn't going to do anything earth shattering, but hey, if you can throw it up there, go for it. Max stam and recovery is a solid option that can help more so in a group setting, that is if you have people in your group that will actually run through the bubbles. And finally we round out the song list with the KO Blaster Impact Echo Wave. But how did I decide to build this horn? Let's take a look. Remember how I said that dormant element was comparable to the austere paradise? Well, for myself I also used a similar build to what I used for that. It looks spotty and there may be spots you can change up or focus on to better suit your style of play. That's the beautiful thing about this horn too, is that there's versatility in how you could build it towards your preference and still do solid damage. I wanted to focus on that good amount of dormant water element and push that to its limit. Right off the top I went for the true crit element. I maxed out the water attack with the charm and a single water attack decoration. All the DPS skills are pretty much the same. Weakness, exploit, and crit boost are maxed out, but I sacrificed some critical eye to really be able to max out element release. I did this because of the generous amount of affinity the Guild Palace horn has at base. I went even further and supplemented that affinity with a single affinity augment currently, which I plan to do more augmentation with the horn, but for now, that single affinity augment is a must-have for me and how I want to build this horn. Hornmeister level 2 is pretty much a staple for me. Free meal came along with the expert combo deco, but I always try to toss in some kind of satiated gem if I can. Protective polish is on there too, just because that chunk of white is decent, but not generous enough to rely on consistently without master's touch or having protective polish. I'm not a fan at all of running with health boost too, so I may even amend things to fix that, but for now, here we are. Like I said, my main goal was true crit and maxing out and waking up that water element. You could easily scrap the element route altogether and go for a raw approach if you'd like, especially since that purple is so easily attainable. Let's take a listen to the soundtrack. I truly do enjoy the minimalism of the tracks and the focus on the deep drums, but I can definitely see why some people have said they wanted horns in there as well. But while we're on sound, we come to one of my favorite things about this horn. Listen to the noise made while you swing. It's a very minute detail, but really one of my favorite things about the horn altogether. As we talk about the design of the horn, it is extremely elegant, and I'd be pretty safe in saying that of all the beautiful Guild Palace weapons, the hunting horn is my clear favorite. The colors they used were a great choice, and the two dragon heads on the side give it enough flair without being overburdening. The more I use this horn, the more I appreciate just how beautiful it is. It also frustrates me even more when we have the bland weapon designs we have for some of the many other horns and then have to compare them to this. But nevertheless, I'm beyond satisfied with the look and design of this horn. Taking this out into the field, I noticed immediately that it can hang with the big boys. This comes with the asterisk that is consistent with element builds, especially hunting horn builds, that you obviously get the best out of it by sticking to monsters that are 3-star weak to its element. In saying that, when you do, you see the benefits immediately. Even with endgame range monsters, you can smack them around like it's nothing. You're still going to get the absolute best results from Sappy horns, but if you don't have a Sappy horn, this one would be a great one to slide in as a replacement. The Laguna drum still might be your go-to choice for a water horn, but I'm not nearly good enough with the numbers, motion values, etc. to say in a definitive manner. There's a bit of a weakness to this horn due to the fact that you have to wake up the element, so you're pretty strapped for room to be able to flesh a build out. This is decently countered by the generous affinity you're given, so don't take that for granted. The spins on the training dummy were going for somewhere around 133, so I wouldn't hesitate to take this into battle versus a 3-star water weak monster. If you take the raw damage route, you're still probably going to lag behind the acidic Glavenus and definitely the Sappy horns, but you do have the bright spot of an easier to reach purple sharpness. Build for the water, go for elementalists in purple sharpness, whatever you like. But whatever you decide to do, the fact remains that this is a viable horn. It's definitely one that I'm going to find excuses to use. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Overall, from the looks to the stats to the sounds, the Royal Song Symphony is a fantastic weapon. Not one that outdoes Sappy, but clearly if you're on PC, then this could be a very good option for you to take. The timing is a little unfortunate on console, a little too late, but nevertheless, if you're looking to switch it up from the Sappy horns, or you want a solid water option, you won't feel guilty sacrificing that damage for this beautiful horn. Just a reminder that our Discord information is in the description below. I definitely plan on continuing the Why I Love series, so stay tuned for that and what weapon category is next. If you like the video, please do let me know with a thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of the Royal Song Symphony. Subscribe if you haven't already for more Iceborne, Hunting Horn, and other Monster Hunter content. Dudes forever, have a good night, and happy hunting.